By the power of Grayskull, I have the power! Oh man. Where are my abs and muscles? Damn it. Well, this time I decided to bring the sword. Yeah, I got this a couple years ago for my birthday. I really love having this on my wall, as I am a huge fan of He-Man. Yeah, I love this sword so much. So anyways, I have seen the new Masters of the Universe, so we're going to talk about it right now. Well, hello everyone, welcome to Pop Culture Vortex. I am your host, Alex Pinto, and it is my privilege to welcome you back to my channel, as today we are going to be talking about the new Masters of the Universe, directed by Travis Knight, starring Nicholas Galitzine, Camila Mendes, Idris Elba, and Jared Leto. Yeah, for a second I had a bit of a brain fart there. Anyways, yeah, so I have been a huge fan of He-Man since I was a kid. I was introduced to the cartoon really young. I mean, the original 80s cartoon, not the 2000X series or anything. I watched the original 80s cartoon. I love that cartoon so much. Like, yes, is it cheesy and, very childlike? Of course it is. But you know what? As a kid, I enjoyed that. It was very inspiring and everything. I love, every episode I do love that they had, a lesson for you. Right? Each episode was a lesson for us kids. Okay? And that's what I always loved about that cartoon. It was very lighthearted and everything. And of course, the character of He-Man, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power as, it's the most quoted thing ever. I quote that so many times, and of course, the transformation is always so cool. And of course, come on. Just saying a few words and you get muscles and abs? We all wish we could do that. I most certainly do. But yeah, so I've been wanting a He-Man movie my whole life. Ever since I saw that cartoon, I have been wanting this movie. Now, yes, we did get a He-Man movie back in the 80s with starring Dolph Lundgren, which, if you've seen my review of that film that I did last weekend, you know it's a guilty pleasure of mine, okay? I don't care what anybody says. I fucking love that movie. Okay, I can watch that movie anytime. I have fun with it. Okay, we'll get to more Dolph Lundgren in a bit. But anyways, I have a fun time watching that movie. Of course, is the movie good? No, but, if you want to see a full detailed review, just go check it out on my page, alright? It's right there. It's interesting. Let's just say the movie's interesting. But, of course, that movie is not exactly like the cartoon. They make a lot of changes and all that. So, yeah. I've been wanting a proper adaptation of the cartoon, or in general, just the lore, and, because at the end of the day, what was that cartoon for? It was just to sell toys. Okay, much like Transformers and all that, they were just meant to sell toys. So yeah, going to this movie, I didn't know what to expect. I liked all the trailers, and of course, I do like Travis Knight, as he did Bumblebee. I love Bumblebee. That's still my favorite live-action Transformers movie ever. Okay, he really understands, what people love about these cartoons. Okay, like Bumblebee, when he brought in the G1 designs for the Autobots, I was like, that's perfect. It was amazing. So yeah, when I heard he was directing Masters of the Universe, I was like, yes, this guy will understand the assignment, okay? Okay, now, of course, there's always that odd time that maybe, he could have a bad day in the office, but I didn't doubt Travis Knight, okay? I didn't doubt him. So, coming out of the movie, I will say he did understand the assignment. This movie, I feel like it's almost everything you could want out of a He-Man movie, okay? It is cheesy, it's campy, it's funny, well, for the most part. We'll have to get to that bit. Okay, the action is awesome. The transformations were great. The characters were amazing. And the designs of all the characters were phenomenal. Okay? The world of Turnia looked great. I loved it. So yeah. But for this review, let me just talk about the things I don't like about this movie, just to get that out of the way. First of all, a lot of the stuff on Earth did not like. a lot of the Earth stuff was too much. Okay, like I didn't like most of the jokes that were going on there. Okay, like what I do like is that I like that it's not just some other cliche where it's like they send the child off, to Earth, okay, and he doesn't know a thing, and then he's just discovering this new. No, like he remembers Eternia. Okay, by the way, there will be spoilers for this video, so be warned. Sorry, that should have been the first thing I should have done, but anyways, he remembers Eternia, and he thinks about going back to Eternia every day. So I like that aspect, but like everything else, like that best friend, didn't care for him. The whole thing that he's working human resources, that scene he has with his boss, like that, I was like, I didn't like it. I did not like it. Okay. And of course, all that stuff when he finally finds a sword. Okay, which by the way, he said for $300 I found your sword, but did he pay the guy? That guy didn't get paid, unless it does some e-transfer. I don't know. At least I don't think I didn't see him get paid. He just sort of walked away. He's like, "You never saw me." It's like, wait, he didn't pay him though. Anyways, yeah, and that whole. Now, I will say this, the only scene I do like from the Earth stuff is the scene with Beastman. Beastman was awesome, honestly. Beastman looked great. I really like that. He was underutilized, so I will admit that they could have used more of Beastman. So that was one aspect I didn't like. It's like, come on. Beastman's such a cool character. He looks cool in this movie, but you underutilized him. I would have liked to have seen more Beastman. But that scene on the highway was quite good, or the freeway, I guess they call it in the States, but it was quite cool. I really liked it. But yeah, like I said, the Earth stuff did not like. Yeah, they kind of overused the fisting jokes. Because, of course, that one character, Fisto, like... first of all, I know the name's dumb, okay? We'll get to the names in a bit. So, they really did overuse the fisting jokes. Like, at first, okay, one or two jokes I was fine with, but then later on, they did it again and again. And that's, of course, that one scene with Ram Man and Fisto is like, I'm fisting people. It's like, give him head. It's like, oh, no. Time out. Stop, please. Enough. That was too much. I did not like those jokes, okay? Like, the first few jokes were fine, but, like, yeah, that was an overplayed gag. So, and then, what else can I say? Admittedly, Eva Lynn, she could have been better. Now, there's some people criticize her. She seems to get the most criticism. I didn't mind Eva Lynn, but, like, I feel like they could have done better with that character. Like, there could have been better things they could have done with that. So, yeah. And, the Sorceress, I guess, I can see why she wasn't in this movie all that much, but she was a little underutilized, even, because I really like the character. I do really like, Marina Beckerin, I guess her name is, as the character as well, so... And I like her as an actress, so I would have liked to have seen more of her. So, yeah. Those are the things I don't like about this movie for those most, but that I get to really think of. I just came out of seeing this movie, right? So, like, it's fresh on my mind. So, yeah, what do I like about this movie? First of all, the performances were quite good. I thought Nicholas Galitzine, I remember when they first casted him, because he was quite skinny when they casted him. I was like, he could be a good Prince Adam, but I was always curious what they were going to do about the transformations. And I really like the transformations, but, like, it's quite funny because I remember when I was watching Jeremy Johns' review for the movie, right? He kind of just criticized the fact that, he just looks the same, but, like, they kind of just try to cover up his muscles, but, like, overall he looks the same, right? Now, to argue that, that's been a thing since the cartoon. If you think Superman wearing the glasses as disguise is bad, you have not seen He-Man. Prince Adam in that cartoon and He-Man look exactly the same. They do. The only difference is, He-Man got tanner, his hair got a little darker, and he talks in a different voice. That's it. Same face, same physique, everything. Okay? That was it. So, for them to do it this time around, like, especially because they did do that transformation with his muscles getting big, it's like, okay, well, I mean, it's not like he really needed that, but whatever. I let it pass because, like, I've seen that cartoon, so I understand. Like, that's a thing. That's been a problem since that cartoon, so I've gotten used to that. And then everything else, I guess one thing about Jeremy Johnson, sometimes I question the movies he watches, or if he even understands them. Because like everything he criticizes when I was watching his review and everything he says, like you just described to me what a He-Man movie should be, though. Okay, like everything he's described is what a He-Man movie should be. Because keep in mind that original series, like I love the series, but we all can't deny it's cheesy and quite dated. Okay, so it's like, what do you expect out of a He-Man movie? This movie was perfect. That aspect, like it's a He-Man movie. So there's that. Okay. So yeah, Nicholas Galitzine, I thought he was quite good as a character. I really liked the way they really portrayed him as like, because of course Prince Adam has always been the one that's kind of like acted like all like cowardly and weak and all that, right? And I really like to kind of utilize that to kind of like up that character and like his overall development. As soon as when he finally becomes He-Man, you know, he finally has that hope and pride within himself. So I really like that. Camila Mendes was Tila. I thought she was quite badass, right? I really liked that character. You know, and I've seen Camila Mendes. Of course, I saw her on Riverdale. I thought she was quite good in that. Even though I don't like the show Riverdale, I thought she was good in that series. So when I first heard she was cast, I was like, okay, really good. Plus, Latina actress. Love it. And then there's Idris Elba, which I remember hearing him being cast as Duncan, of course, aka Man-at-Arms. I was like, fuck yes. I don't care that it's a different color. Who cares? Like, he was Man-at-Arms. Like, when you look at him, he's like, that's Man-at-Arms. It's brilliant. Like, he doesn't have to be white. It was brilliant. Like, he was perfect for the role. And I really like the whole, like, you know, yeah, he feels like a failure. So, like, he kind of becomes an alcoholic, and, you know, both him and his daughter are, like, at odds at the moment. So, I thought that really worked quite well. And then, of course, near the end, when he finally redeems himself, it was all really good. And, of course, who else can I say? Oh, then, of course, there's the elephant in the room. Jared Leto. I'm not a fan of his. I don't like him as an actor. He never has a sense of presence, you know, like whenever I see him in a movie, it's like, this guy doesn't have any sort of presence or charisma on screen. Like there's no uniqueness to any performance he does. Like when you look at a DiCaprio movie, like he has that on-screen charisma that you can follow any character he plays, right? Like, yeah, his characters are different, but like, you know that's a DiCaprio performance, and like you can follow him because of this on-screen charisma. Or like say, let's say, who else can we say? Like, I'll just stick with DiCaprio. But anyways, so yeah, like even I'll let you say even Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like back in the day, I'll not pretend he was not all that good of an actor, but like at least he was still able to follow the character, because obviously he represented that whole tough guy, you know, thing, right? Like he was a big dude, and he was quite intimidating as a Terminator, and of course he was able to drop those great one-liners. But like, you bought into him because you were able to follow him, and he had that on-screen, once again, that on-screen charisma. Jared Leto never had that. So going in, I wasn't sure what to expect out of his performance. Okay, like admittedly, I was quite concerned about Jared Leto being Skeletor. Thankfully, and I hate that I'm saying these words, he was the best part of this whole movie. Skeletor was awesome, okay? I've always loved the character from the cartoons. You royal boobs. And I love that he says that line, by the way. Like, it was great. You know, he was funny. He was funny when he needed to be funny, and then when he was menacing, he was menacing. I thought he played the character really well. Which, by the way, it's quite amazing this is the second actor that played Joker and then plays Skeletor. Because remember, if you've seen Masters of the Universe Revelations and Revolutions, Mark Hamill plays Skeletor in that. And of course, he had played Joker in the Batman the Anime series. So that's quite awesome, actually. Even though I don't like Jared Leto's Joker, but I thought he did great as Skeletor. I thought his voice was on point. It worked really well with the character. So yeah. And what else can I say? I do love the action. The action was all really well done. I thought the choreography was really good, which is not surprising considering that one of the things I love about Bumblebee, the trailer I did, was that he did a great job choreographing these big robots fighting. So I thought I never doubted that the action was going to look great, but like he really does understand, right, when it comes to these characters. like when I saw him do Bumblebee, right? Like the way he handled, the choreography of these robots fighting, or like when they're shooting each other stuff, I thought he nailed it. And then of course the camera work was quite smooth. You're able to see what was going on, and there's no exception to that to this movie. Like you were able to see everything that was going on. Everything was very clear. The choreography was great, so I really appreciate that. Visually, I really like the way they designed the world. Now there is a few CGI moments here and there, but overall, I thought they did really good with the visual effects. Eternia looked great. The action was all really well done. So yeah. What else can I say? A lot of the humor does work. There is humor that I really did like. Okay, like I won't go into detail which jokes worked and didn't work, but like I quite like the humor. Not all the humor worked, but for the most part, I laughed quite a lot. And really, that's what I think I love about this movie is that, considering you're talking about a character named He-Man, it's not exactly a name you can really take all that seriously. And in reality, this movie does not take itself too seriously. Like, when it needed to be serious, you know what? There could have been more serious moments, I will say, but like, when it needed to be serious, you know what? At least Travis Knight knew when to be serious, okay? When it counted. But like, I like that, this movie does it does make fun of itself. That's one thing that I really thought he did well, is that considering that the original TV series was very cheesy and it wasn't like very serious, okay? I'm glad he worked that into this movie and brought it to the modern day, okay? And also, by the way, the music! Not only the He-Man theme they used at the end, oh my god, the overall was great. I loved hearing that. It's still stuck in my head. I feel like that song's not gonna get out of my head for a while, okay? Like, my god, it was so good. Yeah, so the music was quite good in this movie. So what else can I say? Cringer was quite cool. Very underutilized, and I would have liked to have seen more of him in the Battle Cat armor, but like, it was good. I really thought they really pulled it off. At the end, you see them all with their classic outfits, Teela and Adam. That was great. Loved it. And of course, the fact that they did the whole Orko thing, we'll come back to you, and I'm like, oh my god, they in fact actually did it. The lessons learned and all that. I was like, wow, okay. Pretty cool they saved up for a post-credit scene, but I really like that. The She-Ra tease, of course, I was clapping. Brilliant. I could not wait. And of course, what else? What was the third post-credit scene? Oh yeah, and of course by the way, I won't deny that when Eva Lynn picked up Skeletor's skull, okay, I was low-key kind of hoping that Skeletor would like wake up, go like, "Oh, I'll be back." Of course, if you know, that's what he did at the end of the original movie, the 80s movie with Dolph Lundgren, Frank Langella, and he pops out his head, going like, "Oh, I'll be back." So stupid. It's so fucking dumb, but I love it. And I was kind of hoping he did it again, but no, they didn't do it. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So yeah, what else can I say? Like, Cringer was great and all that, and yeah, no, I really did enjoy myself with this movie. Like, overall, it was quite good. By the way, there's a few things missing. Panther would have been nice. I would have liked to have seen Panther and all that stuff, but you know what? I really enjoyed myself watching this movie. Okay, like, if you are a fan of the original cartoon, like, you are gonna like this movie for sure. I think anyone that's a fan of the cartoon will enjoy this movie. Okay, and I thought it was quite good overall. Like, I thought it was fun. It was everything I wanted. This was a dream come true movie. Okay, like, I've always wanted this movie since I was a kid. Okay, like, as much as I love the original 80s movie, that's not the movie I would want for a He-Man. Okay, like, this was a true He-Man. Which, by the way, Dolph Lundgren's cameo, I loved it. I loved seeing Dolph Lundgren. Okay, he does make Nicholas Galatine look a little puny, but still, I loved seeing him. I loved that little pep talk he gave him, and of course the fact they did the victory. I was like, oh god. And I was like, they did it. I loved it. I geeked out. Yeah, so good. Yeah, like, overall, I was really entertained with this movie. Alright, like, I really think you should all check it out. It is so unfortunate, though, that I do believe this movie is ultimately going to bomb, and we're not going to get a sequel to this. It's unfortunate, but I think it's true. I don't think this movie's going to get a sequel. Like, it was always a risk making a He-Man movie, considering that He-Man is not as memorable today, okay? Like, they did try keeping the lore alive. Like, they obviously did the 2000 X series, but I think that got canceled after 2 seasons. Alright, as well as, of course, Masters of the Universe Revelations, which got a lot of backlash at the time it came out, so, like, you know, that wasn't going to help. They did that, and of course, they did Revolutions, which was received better, but unfortunately, they didn't continue that, and I don't think as many people watched it. And then they did that, I think that, you know, CG animated film series that they did on Netflix, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I think that's what they called it, like the original. Yeah, I think that also lasted like 3 seasons, but like unfortunately, I think got canceled and really did not do anything to move forward to like move, you know, the knowledge of He-Man any further. I don't think that, like, it is cool that they brought back the toys and you can find them at the toy store, but like I don't think that really is gonna help this movie ultimately. But who knows? Maybe word of mouth comes out. All right, like I'm hoping more people do like this movie and go out to support it because I really would love a sequel. I want to see She-Ra, and I hope that this movie helps. The idea of a Thundercats movie coming. I love the Thundercats. There's even a crossover comic book with the Thundercats and He-Man. I love it. Like one of the coolest things that comic book, series did was when Lion-O activates Battle Cat's powers, and then Battle Cat, becomes a Thundercat himself. I was like, that is the coolest thing ever. You know, the Battle Cat armor with the Thundercats logo on it. I was like, I want that into a movie. Come on. But unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. I think overall, this movie will bomb. I really hope it doesn't, but I think it will. But anyways, guys, what did you think, right? Did you like this movie? Was it everything you ever wanted since you were a kid? Or I know more people who are like my dad's age will probably enjoy this movie more than the younger generation, but let me know in the comments down below. Alright, but anyways, thank you all for watching. I sure hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more content, hit that subscribe button, alright? Hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all soon. Your royal boobs. Amen.